Think about the last time you bought something big, maybe a phone, a laptop, or even a car. Afterwards, did you suddenly start noticing all the positive reviews that confirmed your choice while brushing off the negative ones? It's called confirmation bias, and it shapes not only how we shop, but how we consume media, join brand tribes, and even make political decisions. Hi, I'm Akanksha, and this is The Storyteller's Lens. Today, we are breaking down confirmation bias, why we notice the information that supports what we already believe, and why we ignore or discount the rest. We'll trace its origins, look at famous experiments, explore everyday examples in consumer life, and see how brands both use and misuse it. By the end, you will not only recognize confirmation bias in your own life, but you will also understand how it can make or break entire marketing strategies. So let's start with the definition. Confirmation bias is a tendency to seek, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms our pre existing beliefs, while ignoring or discounting evidence that contradicts them. It was first described by psychologist Peter Wasson in the 1960s. Since then, it's become one of the most replicated and studied biases in psychology. And here's the key: our brains feel more comfortable when reality aligns with what we already think. Disconfirming evidence doesn't just challenge us, it makes us uncomfortable. So let's look at some of the classic case studies. Watson asked people to figure out a simple number rule. Instead of testing possibilities that could disprove their guesses, most people kept looking for examples that confirmed what they already believed. They weren't trying to learn the truth, they were trying to be right. Loss, Ross, and Lepper, 1979. Students with strong views on capital punishment were given mixed evidence. Each side rated the evidence favoring their position as more convincing and dismissed the evidence against. In fact, the views became even more polarized. The study showed confirmation bias doesn't just reinforce beliefs, it can push us further apart. Simply put, confirmation feels good, contradiction feels bad. So, how does this play out in real life? Number one is brand loyalty and tribalism. Think about Apple fans versus Samsung fans. Apple users tend to share positive Apple reviews and dismiss praise for competitors. It's not just preference, it's tribal identity, reinforced by confirmation bias. Number two is product reviews. Consumers often skim for reviews that match their expectations. If you already think a blender is great, you will notice the glowing 5-star review, the 1-star complaints, easier to ignore. Number three is health and diet fads. People committed to a particular diet, such as keto, vegan, paleo, actively seek out studies or anecdotes that support their choice and dismiss contradictory evidence as flawed or biased. Number four is political and ideological consumption. Media choices reflect confirmation bias. Conservatives choose outlets that reinforce conservative views. Liberals do the same with liberal outlets, and this extends to brands too. A Patagonia jacket can signal environmental values, while Chick-fil-A meal can signal conservative identity. So let's take a closer look at some case studies. Number one is Apple versus Android. Surveys show Apple users rate the exact same feature more highly when it's labeled as an iPhone feature compared to when it's presented generically. Confirmation bias strengthens in group loyalty. Next is Netflix personalization. Netflix recommends content based on what you have already liked. That's confirmation bias in action. reinforcing habits by feeding you more of the same. It keeps you comfortable, but also creates content echo chambers. Next is Nike and Colin Kaepernick. When Nike launched its campaign with Colin Kaepernick, conservatives saw it as unpatriotic, while liberals saw it as brave. Both groups sought confirming information to reinforce their stance. For Nike's core base, younger, urban, progressive consumers, the campaign strengthened loyalty and boosted sales. Next is Amazon reviews. Studies show consumers give disproportionate weight to reviews that confirm what they already believed about a product. A single confirming review can outweigh several contradictory ones. Marketers use confirmation bias sometimes knowingly, sometimes by instinct, such as personalization and retargeting. When Amazon shows you products similar to the ones you have already bought, or when Spotify keeps recommending artists in your favorite genre, it's leaning on confirmation bias. You are more likely to engage with content that already aligns with your preferences. Next is social proof and reviews. Brands highlight reviews that match consumer identity. For example, other busy parents love this product. That phrasing works because confirmation bias makes us believe people like us know best. Next is segmentation by belief. Brands tailor messaging to different groups. The Toyota Prius has been marketed as an eco conscious choice. Pickup trucks are marketed as symbols of rugged self reliance. Same product category, but messaging aligned with belief system. Next is post purchase reinforcement. Smart brands reassure customers after a purchase. 90% of owners recommend this product. That's powerful because it reduces buyer's remorse. It feeds the consumer's need to believe they made the right choice. Of course, there are risks. Number one is polarization. When brands take public stances, confirmation bias intensifies. Supporters become more loyal. Opponents become more hostile. Nike and Bud Light are examples of how divisive this can get. Number two is filter bubbles, reinforcing existing views so strongly that people rarely see alternatives. That keeps engagement high but limits perspective. Next is health and fraud risks. Confirmation bias is fertile ground for pseudoscience and scams, miracle diets, anti vaccine misinformation, or financial frauds thrive because people actively seek information that confirms their hope or fear while ignoring evidence to the contrary. Confirmation bias connects to other well known biases, such as selective exposure, actively choosing information sources that align with our beliefs. Next is cognitive dissonance, the discomfort of holding contradictory beliefs, which we often resolve by rejecting the new information. Next is motivated reasoning, the mental gymnastics we perform to justify our preferred conclusion. So, what's the big picture here? Consumers don't just see the world, they see their world. They notice, share, and believe information that confirms what they already think. For marketers, this means a few things. Lean into confirmation bias with post purchase reassurance. Use personalization and reviews that align with consumer identity. Recognize that belief consistent messaging is often more effective than persuasion attempts. But remember, if you lean too hard, you risk polarization and mistrust. The smartest brands balance comfort with challenge, giving consumers enough reassurance to feel validated but enough novelty to stay interesting. Hi, I'm Akanksha, and this is The Storyteller's Lens. If you enjoyed this breakdown of confirmation bias, subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology behind marketing and consumer behavior. And let me know in the comments, have you ever ignored a negative review just because it didn't match what you wanted to believe? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.